Hello, my fellow chatterers and book game fans, and anyone else who's popped in because you're curious or you're lost. I'm Chatty and welcome to my channel, Chatty the Mad Chatter, where it's one of the favourite videos that I do. It is my July book game. But as I mentioned in my June video, which I will link somewhere, I'm not going to be doing a full-on book game for July. I want to give myself a break. I've been doing May and June, I was doing loads of readathons. I think I was doing readathons in April. And so I'm just having more of a rest and kind of catch up month, but I still wanted to play my book game. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be playing 4 rounds of the book game, which is essentially snakes and ladders, but with like a book theme. So it's Bookladders and Bookworms, although these have all got forked tongues, so they're definitely snaky. Still on the temporary version. I've been reading so much, I've been trying to put content out, I have not had time to attempt to do this game properly. So we're still using the temporary version, but it seems to be working quite well. I still intend to make a proper version at some point anyway. So yes, my plan is I'm going to do 4 rolls to do a tea and taste video. So I'm going to be playing it normally, how I usually play it, where each of the different squares, each of the different colours links to a different prompt. So I have genre and age if I land on pink. So I pick one of these cards that has either a genre or an age range on it. I have roll away, where I will pick randomly 6 prompt cards, and then I will roll a dice to decide which of those prompt cards it's going to be. I just find it a little bit more fun because then I get to go, oh, I really want that prompt card, but I don't want that one. I'm going to do Lucky Dip with my TBR veterans. So these are books that I have borrowed from people, books that I should have read last year and got last year, and they're all in this very little cute thing here, but I'm going to put them in a bag so it's easier to get out. And then I've just got roll again because last time I played this, we only landed on 2 of the options, and I can't do seasonal shelf this time because it's the end of my seasonal shelf and I haven't made a new one. And the other stuff that I'm doing for after I've done this tea and taste, I'm doing kind of a lot of the prompts with that version. So I've just done roll again for blue. Is it all going to go chaotic? Oh no, we're okay. And then as usual, I have the worrying worms and the lucky ladders. So if I land on a worm, I get a more challenging prompt to try and fit. And if I land on the ladder, I get a nicer one. But because it is tea and taste this time, there is no punishment or reward on this. And it's not a sort of fully set TBR. I have not done the One Ring or the Feagle card. One Ring, which is where I give someone else the power. And last month, although I didn't pull it out, Mason from the channel Mason in the Dark was the first one to basically recite the entire Lord of the Rings One Ring to Rule Them All quote. So when I do my August video, well, I'll be back to doing my proper TBR game with rewards and punishment. If I get the One Ring card, he will choose what book I have to read. Absolutely any book. He has total power with the One Ring. And if I still don't pull it out, then I'm sorry, Mason. It's going to roll over and it's going to be up for grabs again. Who gets to shout? Whoever shouts one ring first in the following video. And the Feagle is steal a book from under my bed, because I store books under my bed when I receive them, unless it's a book box or a gift. And I can't get them out and put them on my shelves or read them until I have earned them by doing healthy points, which I explain in a Being Healthy for Books video, which again, I will link somewhere. Okay, that's basically what we're doing in a nutshell. After I've done my tea and taste, so my tea and taste is where I'll be rolling 4 books, and then at some point later on this month, I will read a chapter of each one whilst drinking tea, because, hey, it's more fun that way. And I will see from those first chapters which book I then want to read, and that will be a book that I'll read this month. So it's helping me choose one of the books this month to read, and it's a lot of fun. So then what I'm going to do after I've done that, I have strategically put out books around me for different things. So some are series I want to continue reading. Some are kind of definitely booked in that I will be pretty much reading these books just because I really want to keep reading these series. And there are read-alongs and buddy reads that I'm doing. Others are part of my own kind of personal goals that I want to be reading, and others are I want to start reading books that I'm accumulating from book boxes. I'm not the only reader who does this. We get excited about book boxes, we bring them in, and then we look at them and go, oh my goodness, they're beautiful, I can't wait to read them, but I've got all these other books to read, so they're going to have to wait, and I don't want them to wait anymore. I do want to read them, so it's going to help me bring them to the forefront. So amongst all of those things I want to read, I am then going to play the game and do 8 rolls to give myself a pile of possibilities, and that will probably become like my seasonal shelf for the summer, where I kind of have all the books in my very clear vision to kind of remind me and bring them to the forefront of my mind that maybe I should read these books. So I hope that's clear. That is nearly 6 minutes of waffling from me. So I think we should just crack on now. If anything's confusing, feel free to ask me down in the comments. Also, if you enjoy these videos, please do a little like. It lets me know that you're enjoying yourself, which is great motivation for carrying on. Although, to be fair, I'm just going to be doing it anyway, but it's just nice. It's just nice to be appreciated, really. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, and if you like the vibe, then please do subscribe. I really want to get to 100 where I can change my URL title to Chatty the Mad Chatter, because it's more fun than just having a load of random numbers after you. Anyway, we are doing one shot. There is no editing because that is how we roll here, because I have tech issues. Again, see said video for more information on that. But cheers, let's do this. Woohoo, let's do this book game. Okay, so for the first roll, so it's tea and taste for the first one. For the first one here, I just use 1 dice, so let's see which way the bee is gonna go. So I have 5. And what can I get with 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get a ladder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get a what's that there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get a snake. Don't want a snake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get another ladder. Did I need a pink one? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that was that ladder. I've got confused somewhere. Anyway, let's do a ladder because why not? So here we go. Let's do the ladder. And I am then here on the second square for the next one. Okay, so I'm now going to shuffle and pick from the ladder cards. I have choose a book with a beautiful cover, which is very easy. So bearing in mind this is my tea and taste, I'm not going to be picking ones that I feel like I need to get on the list or want to read. So I'm just going to go and have a look at some pretty covers and decide which ones I want to kind of put forward for this. Okay, I found some books, but as I was coming down the stairs, I already made up my mind which one I wanted to go for. So I have Wild Spark by Vashti Hardy, The Lamplighters by Emma Stonex, and The Opposite of Butterfly Hunting by Ivana Lynch. And it's summertime. I'm kind of really feeling The Lamplighters. It feels like a really nice summer read. It's a thriller. It's got a lighthouse. It's got people mysteriously disappearing. And I have had this since last year. It's the Waterstone edition with beautiful edges. So I'm going to go for this one as a book with a beautiful cover. Okay, roll number 2. We're using 2 dice this time because we're on the second square. Okay, I have got 11. Oh, you can't see that at all. 11, just in case you don't trust me, but you can't see it anyway. Right, let's do, so I went that way round, so we're going clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is a blue square there. It is not the top of a ladder, it's the bottom, so it is just blue, which is roll again. So let's roll again. This time I have got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's another ladder. Okay. So I just had to fetch some water. My throat is going. Okay. So we have another ladder. So again, getting similar on the themes here. So let's see what we get. And this one is choose a 5-star prediction. And I don't need to search for this one because I did actually look at what I'd predicted 5 stars recently, and I know that this book behind me was on that list. Because I was specifically looking at ones that were, what's the word? Not standalones, ones that weren't part of the series, and I had quite a lot of part of series on my 5-star prediction list. But this is The Mercies by Kieran Millward Hargrave, and I'm really excited for this book. The premise sounds brilliant. It's really feminist. It's set on an island where there was a terrible kind of like storm fishing accident where all the menfolk were basically wiped out, and so the women have been running this island. What is he? Is he like some sort of person of faith? A sinister figure. Nope. Doesn't tell us, but he's basically he's high up in some sort of Christian religion. He's got some sort of title within that. Him and his wife come over because he's got concerns about the island because he believes there are witches on there. I'm excited. I'm excited. I've never read any Kieran Millward Hargrave, but she's one of those authors I feel that I'm really going to love. So adding it to the list. Okay, that could also work for the book with a beautiful cover because the cover is beautiful. Right, we have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's a snake. Worm. It's worm. Keep with the theme. Okay, we now have Worrying Worm. We're not hitting these colours at all again, are we? We've only got 1 roll left. Right, let's see what we have. Okay, Worrying Worm. Okay, the title of the book must start with the letter. So it's one of those ones that's going to take me a while to find. So let me just go and grab some letters to pull out a random letter. We'll see what I get, and then we'll see if we can find a book. If we're finding letters and numbers, it's really helpful having a child who's doing phonics at the moment and early numbers. We have lots of random resources. So let's pick a letter. Oh, S. So starts with, wasn't it? What was it? Title of the book must start with S. Well, I can see one. I can see one right behind me because I'm not including the. But let's see if I can see a few others as well. Well, I could see a few more as S, but I've already read them, or I want to reread them, so it's not going to work for tea and taste. So let's go with this beautiful book here. So we've got all the beautiful books in this video. This is The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. I'm very excited for this one. It's inspired by Arabian Nights. It sounds incredible. Cover is beautiful. So yeah, really keen to get into this one. This is going to be a really fun tea and taste, but it's going to be awful trying to choose. Right, where were we? We're here. We are on the last roll. Will we actually get any of my prompts this time, or is it all ladders and worms? After I did the game last time and I barely got anything that was ladder and worm related, I was like, do I need to change it up? Apparently I don't. 8 is what I've just rolled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we do have one. We have one. Oh, it's a lucky dip from the TBR vet tin. So I've landed on a green. Not that you could see that. Okay, so here we go. We've got my little cute patch of vets. Look at it. It's so cute. I could just pull one out. I could just pull one out. I don't need to put it in a bag. Let's just pull one out. They've all been shuffled. No idea what they are. Oh, now orange means start of a new series. So that's interesting. So yeah, most of the colours are random, but orange is start of a new series and green is continuous series. So let's see what new series I'm going to be starting. Okay, interesting. Poldark. So that's a nice range of books we've got there. 2 historicals, 1 thriller and 1 fantasy. So let me go and grab this book and I will show you what the tea and taste is going to be. So here's the last book for my tea and taste. Ross Poldark by Winston Graham. Best known for the BBC mini-series, both in the 1970s and recently. So I was inspired to pick it up because of the TV series. I wanted to kind of know what the books were like. So I found this and Demelza in a... Well, they're basically both £5, so I thought I'd pick them up and give it a go. So this one was actually published in 1945. It's a historical saga set in Cornwall. From this book is 1783. It starts and finishes in 1787. Whereas the rest of the books are all very modern. And they were all published from like, the latest was I think that's 2020, 2021, 2022. So yeah, bit of a difference. Anyway, there we go. These are the books I'll be tea and tasting. I'm excited. This will be lots of fun. Okay, I'm now going to change the board to fit with the pile of possibilities for July, and possibly over the next few months as well. They'll probably start my seasonal shelf. I do have other books that I intend to read. I've got 4 books as part of a project that I'm planning on doing. I'm hoping to do it this month, so we will see if I can get to those. So I'm probably going to try and prioritise those. I also have The Mad Ship, which is the second book in the Live Ship Traders, which I really want to get to. Should have read it last month, but didn't. So yeah, very keen to get to that one. I want to keep reading the Stormlight Archive. I want to keep reading the Chorus of Dragons. Oh dear. Casualty! Okay, maybe it's telling me to hurry up and get on with the next game. I don't know. Anyway, terrified me. I've also got a couple of buddy reads, both on MJ's Discord. So MJ from Reading This Life, if you don't know her, wonderful, positive person, really supportive of small booktubers, got a really lovely community going on her Discord, so go and check that out. She is going to be reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I have that book on my Chatties Challenge. That's also under my bed waiting for me to earn. So if I earn it, I'm hoping to read along with everyone with that one. I am feeling a little bit apprehensive because I feel like I've just had a little bit of a bad experience with Schwab because I hyped her up so much. And then the third book in the Darker Shades of Magic trilogy, I've had to pause because I was just getting frustrated with it. So I'm apprehensive, and I've heard either way. I've heard people that don't like it, I've heard people that love it, so I feel reading in company will be very helpful for me for that one. I'm also really looking forward to reading The Girl Who Drank the Moon, because of a few people on MJ's Discord, we all have that book. Also wanted to read some more middle grade, so we are hoping to read that in July, so I'm looking forward to joining Crystal, Sid, MJ and Talia to read that one. And the final buddy read that I have is, this is a placeholder, this is the Mistborn Secret History. I want to read Mistborn Era 2 by Brandon Sanderson. It's a reread for me, but the final book, The Last Metal, is coming out in November. So I'm really looking forward to joining the reread on Gregory LaPerche's channel. So looking forward to that one too. That should be okay. The Ally of Law, the first book, is small, especially compared to Sanderson, it's small. So that should be fine. So I've already got a lot of books that I'm sort of committed to anyway. I've got a lot of books kind of left over from last month that I might want to get to. So it's all kind of up in the air. I'm not sure what I'm going to read so much. I feel these are more definite, but I want to give myself like a range of other things so that if I am not sure what to pick up, I've got kind of a focused kind of list to look at and go, actually, let's pick this one up and give this one a go. So that's the point of this game, which I'm now going to set up before anything else falls off the shelf. Okay, I've switched the board. So this time, for the 8 rolls to sort out possibilities, I have continuous series, which is this shelf up here where I've got all my series. If I roll that, I will talk you through it. I also have this very handy 8-sided dice to help me choose which book to pick. I then have the Fairy Loot book box. I am not showing any books for June. So if you are a Fairy Loot person, you haven't opened your box yet, do not worry. I haven't included June in this just in case it's a spoiler. So this is just January to May, except it won't be May now because that's now in the tea and taste. So this is the January to April box. And again, I will look over there and I will show you should this one come up. I then have Lucky Dip. So this Lucky Dip is my TBR new read. So anything that I have been gifted or any books that I have acquired from the start of the year. Basically, it's all in here, ready for me to look at. And then I have List. So this is a list of, at the start of the year, I assigned 5 books and 1 series of new to me books that I wanted to prioritise and try and get to, and the same with some rereads I wanted to do. So it's a mixture of some new reads from that list, some rereads from that list, and also 4 books from my Shelterbox BookClub as well. So it's quite 50-50. Sometimes I love the books from Shelterbox. Sometimes they just don't work for me because it's just not my style of writing or story or anything like that. So I have 4. I think they sound interesting, but we'll see if I get on with them, if I end up picking them and reading them. But I'm trying to encourage myself to try and read them. So that's everything on here. So let's roll the dice. Oh, and if I land on a ladder or a bookworm, I'm not using those ones for this. I'm going to instead, if I land on a ladder, pick out a prompt card and then just using these selections fit the card to match one of those. And if it doesn't, I'll just pick out a different one. And if I hit, oh, I tidied the theme cards away. I'll get those out. If I hit Snake, then I will use the genre, age, or the theme card. We might only hit 1 snake, so I'll just keep these out for now. But if we hit a second, I'll get the theme cards out as well, and then try and match those books accordingly. So let's try and put this back without destroying everything, and then do some rolls. Please do not fall over and break. Okay. Let's have some tea. Oh, I've got one of those horrible like summer colds where you're just really snotty and your voice is going. But this honey and lemon and ginger tea is just so good. I feel revived. Right, let's go back to the beginning. Go in the middle, roll the first dice. Woo, 1. Very simple. So I get to choose, do I want to go pink, blue, yellow, or green? What do I fancy? I feel I should be reading some series. I feel I should be working on my series. So I'm going to go with pink, which now means because I've chosen that, I'm going to get a load of pinks coming up because that seems to be what happens. So I have my 8 dice. Can I do it so you can see? Because we can never see what I roll. You're just having faith that I'm not lying to you and fixing everything. Let's see if I can roll it in here and show you. Oh, it makes a lovely noise. It's a number 3. Can you see? There we go. Number 3. So number 3 would be, 1 is Hollowpox by Jessica Townsend. 2 is Ink Death by Cornelia Funk. 3, which is the one I've rolled, is Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. So that's a really easy one to slide in there. Let me get this out. There we are, Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. So this is the second book in the Percy Jackson series, which I am rereading, but it is my first read with these lovely covers. And if you saw my wrap up, you saw me gushing about how great these books feel when you read them. So excited to put this one on my shelf and get to it. So let's add that to, start a pile over here. There we go. I'll just run through the rest of them anyway. So number 4 is Kidnap on the California Comet. Number 5 is The Hollow Hills by Mary Stewart. Oh, California Comet is by M.G. Leonard and Sam Sedgman. And then we have The Lord of the Rings by J.R. Tolkien. So this one is The Return of the King. Neil Shusterman's Ark of a Scythe. The next one I need to read is Thunderhead. And Ken Follett's Knightsbridge. And the next one I need to read is World Without End. I always want to say War of the Worlds, but that is a very different book. Okay, let's do roll number 2. So we're still in the middle, so it's still 1 dice. We've barely moved. There's 1 again. I haven't chosen which way to go. So I could either do a blue or a yellow, so I get to choose again. So, yellow, ooh. Kind of want to do yellow because I want to read the Pretty Fairy Loot books. So let's do that one. Let's do that one. Oh yes, so this is fun. Have I got them all? Oh yeah, so so Fairy Loot gives you bookmarks when you get their books. So I have got Only a Monster, The Daughter of the Moon Goddess, Stardust Thief, which I've already got as a tea and taste, so we're going to move that one out of the way. Arrow to the Moon was like an extra book in the box, so it doesn't have its own bookmark, so I'm using this one. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, and Blood Scion. So I'm going to put those 5 bookmarks in my bag, which is still full of letters, so let's get rid of those. And then pick one out, and we will see what it is. I will also get the books down to show you as well. I imagine if you are a BookTube fantasy lover, you will have watched lots of, you will have seen the Fairy Loot books on most other fantasy channels. They do kind of get a lot of airtime from what I've seen, so you may well be familiar with them anyway. But for those who aren't, I will show them to you. Right, let's put them all in here. So they are all shuffled up. Let's get the books. Okay. Ooh. So January was Only a Monster by Vanessa Len, with these very pretty edges. It's YA fan. All of these are YA fantasy, apart from the Stardust Thief that was adult, but apparently fitted into the YA one as well, which I'm not complaining about because they put it in the YA box. So this one, do you know what? I can't remember. Something to do with some sort of family secret where they are monsters. It's kind of all I know about this. Really don't know a lot about it at all. I don't like knowing about books before I go into them. I like to just go in with no expectations. I enjoy that more. I always leave Storygraph links in my videos, so if you do want a synopsis of this, because I can't give you one, please go and look there for it. But that's Only a Monster. Then February we had The Daughter of the Moon Goddess, which has this absolutely gorgeous cover and edges. This is by Su Lin Tan, and it's inspired by the legend of the Moon Goddess, and obviously this features her daughter. Again, Storygraph links. March was The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. I've shown this one quite a lot. Beautiful. This is based on Korean mythology, and I believe has a lot to do with fate and this underwater kingdom, and the girl swapping places with her sister-in-law, cousin, family member, and offering to sacrifice herself to the sea monster. And I can't remember why. Do not come to me for synopsis. And then in April we got 2. So the book that was like an extra one was An Arrow to the Moon by Emily X.R. Pan. It's apparently a Romeo and Juliet retelling. Hopefully they make better decisions than Romeo and Juliet. Mercutio is the best character in that play. Possibly the nurse. I've not read it or seen it in a long time. Anyway, tangents. I'm guessing unrequited love story, star-crossed lovers, fantasy setting. Other than that, I know nothing. Then Blood Scion by Deborah Fillet. And this has got, it sounds like it's quite a graphic, heavy, check the trigger warnings before you read book, as it looks at the ideas of child soldiers and war-torn countries, and I think it could be quite upsetting for some people. That's the post. But we have a protagonist who has a particular type of blood magic, which I believe, if people find out, would use her or kill her or something like that. And she starts to want to use the magic against people, and that might make her into a monster everyone would fear, I believe. Again, I am not the synopsis person, but also excited to read this one. And what I really like about this one is it's got a printed, under the hard jacket, it's got a really nice printed cover. I won't go through, I just might show that one for some reason. I won't go through all of them. I have got a bookshelf tour. So if you do want to see these books in all their glory, then check out those videos. Right, that was a lot of waffle, wasn't it? Let's roll this dice. No, we're not rolling a dice. We're picking bookmarks out of a bag. Okay, let's see which one I'm going to pick. It really doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm picking them up and dropping them. Like, just pick one, just pick one, just pick one. What have I got? I can't see it. It is, oh, it's The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. So there we go. We're adding that one to that list. List, shelf. Adding it to the shelf. Okay, we have 6 more books to do, so I really should hurry up, shouldn't I? Don't die. Oh. Okay. Right. Come on. Let's crack on. Still 1. No, I did not move 2. What did I do? It was 1. It was yellow. Right. There we go. Oh, we're moving anti-clockwise. Okay. 1 dice. 1, 3 ones in a row. What are the odds? This is made of foam. It's not weighted. It was not doing this earlier. But sure. Oh, actually, it's fine. It's a ladder. So we're moving to the next tier. And the ladder means prompt. So this could be interesting. Okay, prompt cards, I've got quite a lot of these ones. Let's shuffle and let's just pick one. Just pick one. I'm still not picking one. What is wrong with me? Okay. This is Upside Down. An author I have not read from before. So series are out because I've clearly read from them before. So oh, I think I know which one I want to pick and put on my shelf. But let's have a look. So no series. Any of those book ones, it could be because I've not read from any of them before. But let's have a look at the other part, which was this section here. I have not read Arthur Conan Doyle. Obviously, these two, the rereads, which is, let me show you the books. This is, you can't see anything from there. Okay. So these are the new reads that I've given myself. I have The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. I have The Girl with the Louding Voice by Abby DeRay. These two are rereads. The Secret Life of Bees, which I really loved, but can remember not a huge amount of, so I want to read it again. And A Georgette Hare False Colours, which is just a nice, fun, light read with social commentary. Not social commentary, social comedy. But I've read them before, so I have read from that author, so they are absolutely not counting. I also have Passing on here, just because I really want to read it and possibly squeeze it in, but I have read from Nella Larson before. And then I have my 4 Shelterbox ones. So I have The Space Between Us by Thrinti Umrigar, not read from her before. Again, I will leave Storygraph links so you can find out what these are actually about. 3 Apples Fell from the Sky, which is by Nareen Abagarian. Black Mamba Boy by, is it Nadia? I find it really difficult when they do things in swirly writing and I cannot read. It's printed in the book. Where is the, there we go. By Nadifa Mohammed. And then we have We Are Displaced, which is a collection of essays and also the story of Malala Yousafzai, which is the girl who stood up to the Taliban wanting to be educated and was shot. So it looks at refugees and things in that one. So I've not read from any of these people before, but the one that is calling to me is The Girl with the Louding Voice. I have always pegged this book that I wanted to read it in the summer. It just felt, I think it's the bright yellow of the cover. It just makes me feel like I want to read it in the summer. This is one I've wanted to get to for a long time. I've heard such amazing things about this book. So I'm really looking forward to reading it. So I'm just going to go for this one. Right. Let's roll this dice. 5 more books to go. Aren't you delighted? It's 2 now. We're on the next one. Right. We have a 6 and a 1. And we're going anti-clockwise, so it threw me for a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is blue. And blue, oh, it's a list of the new reads, rereads, Shelterbox ones. So the ones that I've just basically shown you. So we have 1, 2, 3. And then the Shelterbox ones from Space Between Us to We Are Displaced. 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I get 8, I'm rolling again. It's a 3 again. I'm getting the same numbers. So number 3 is The Secret Life of Bees. Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. Again, another one that has great summer vibes. I know there are characters in this called June and July and May and April. I think maybe not May. Anyway, there are month characters. August. Oh my goodness. I don't know the names of them. They're named after months. There are characters here named after months. I cannot remember the name of the protagonist. It's something to do with her family, but she falls into this adorable house of beekeepers and they're really lovely. And I remember enjoying their warmth and their care and their really interesting lives in here as well. Not selling the story. Again, look at the synopsis, but I'm keen to reread it as I clearly can remember nothing about it. Okay, we're halfway through. Bear with me. Right, 4 and 1 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have another ladder, so let's get another prompt. Oh, and I have to move the bee down to the 3rd square. There we go. Right, that is the one that I have just done. So let's not pick that one. That would be crazy. Okay, let's just pick the one that's on the top. Oh. It's another letter, so hooray, I have my letters to hand. But this time it can be the author's first name, surname, or the title of the book beginning with this letter. So I've got a little more leeway with this one than I do with the Worrying Worm. Okay, swapping back over. Bookmarks out, letters in. Really should grab another bag, shouldn't I? What was the letter in here already? Shall I just see what the letter that was left and didn't go back in the pot was? Let's just do that. Oh, there's 2. Oh, there's 2. There's 2 and it just fell out. It was an A. Should I do A? I'll do A. I'll do A. Let's do it. We've done it. Silliness. It could backfire. There could be no A's and we'll choose another letter. Oh, there is an A. Yes. Oh, 2 A's, in fact. 2 A's. An arrow to the moon. So we have lots of A's. So there we go. That works out perfectly. Number 5 done. Rolling. We have 9. 1, 2. How rude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Green. Have we done green? No, green is the tin. The Lucky Dip tin. Okay, so this is all the new books I've got this year. Which ones are going to be? Pick one. Oh, so it's not in a series as far as I know. And I have picked, Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Excellent. This horrible feeling for a minute there that I forgot to pause and I just left you whilst I ran off to go and get a book. Here we go. Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is a contemporary romance and I fear most people know about this. So again, check the synopsis if you want to know more. I'm really excited to read it. I've not really read many contemporary romances, but I heard this is a really, really fun one. So I hope it works for me. And again, joyous summertime, it kind of works. Right, not that I want to be miserable in the wintertime, but you know what I mean. Okay, we have, if I can pick them up, a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yellow is the Fairy Loot box, of which there's only 3 left. So let's put them all back in. So we've done that one and we have done that one. So we have 3. I feel if I hit this one again, I will then just not pick a fairy loot box, because in my shelf might as well just have the whole fairy loot, and that's just not gonna make my choices feel easier. Daughter of the Moon Goddess. There we go, Daughter of the Moon Goddess is added to the pile, and I have one more book to roll. So let's roll, and I have a 3. So that takes us to 1, 2, 3. It's a ladder. So I didn't need to go get those theme cards, did I? I was perfectly fine to do that. Which way round are these? Oh no, don't shuffle that one back in. Phew. Okay, problem solved. Okay, what am I going to get this time? Let's pull the top one off this time. That is, no, it's not upside down. A new book recently acquired, or a new book published. So it doesn't need to be a new book as a new book published. It could be one that I've acquired recently. So I'm going to have a little look and think. So I have decided to go for Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman, because it counts as recently acquired, because to me recently acquired means what I got this year. If it was in the Worrying Worm, where it's a lot more specific, then it would have to be a lot closer, like last 2 months. But because it was on a blue prompt card, I can be more flexible with it. I want to go with this one because I want to get more books to finish off the series. I've only got 1 on my pile of 8. So I wanted to add another one there. The Shelterbox BookClub books would have worked as well, but I really want to focus on the series. So let me show you the pile of possibilities. So these are the possible books that I could pick up in July if I felt like it, or maybe consider August as well. So yeah, it's definitely highlighted a few different books to me. It's highlighted some more series to focus on. So I am very much looking forward to reading all of these, but it will no way be happening next month with all the other things I want to be reading. But this was a lot of fun. That is why I like book games and why I do them, because I spend most of my time going, I don't know what to read. So this kind of helps me narrow down my choices. I also have my tea and taste pile as well, so that is going to be fun to do later, and then one of these books will then be added to the seasonal shelf. This was a lot of fun to film, as always. I know it's not the normal game, but I will be back doing the normal game in August, where I'll be rolling 6 books, and I will specifically need to read those, and I will have a reward and punishment on whether or not I achieve it. If you want to know whether or not I achieved my June TBR and have a reward or punishment, there will be a video out soon with my stats, where I will be pulling out the said reward or punishment that will then be possibly used. The punishment will be used, but the reward I may use or may hold back and use at a different time, depending how I feel about that TBR list. I need to make the decision in the video whether or not I'm going to use the reward. I can't just like get to halfway through the year, halfway through the month and go, I'm not going to make it, so I'm going to use cash in my reward instead. It's not going to work like that. So I'm having a pool of punishments and rewards that will roll over into my TBR videos. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Apologies about the waffle. Please tell me what you're planning to read this month. Are you involved in any readathons? I would love to take part in Jane Austen July and also the indie readathon, but I just need to say no. I just need to not do any more readathons and just chill and focus on books, for wanting to read books and not anything else. So yes, please chat to me in the comments. I really enjoy a chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy your day. Happy reading, everyone.